Welcome to my personal framing statement presentation. My name is Calvin Stumler. So what are the frames of leadership? There are 4 different frames, and they include the structural or the blue frame. This includes how an organization structures itself. Then you also have the human resources or the green frame. This is also considered the personal frame. And it talks about the close relationships between the organization and the employees. There's also the political or the red frame, which talks about managing power of an organization. There's also the symbolic or the yellow frame, and this is including the culture of the organization and the employees themselves. What are the benefits of these frames? They strengthen communication and the organizational culture. They can also help leaders understand more than just their own view. They can also increase problem solving. The personal frame helps with people issues. The structural frame helps with role problems. The political frame can resolve conflict issues. And the symbolic frame strengthens culture and meaning. So now let's talk about reframing. Reframe is seen as looking at a problem through a different frame to better understand from other points of view. Leaders can use this to strengthen their leadership. One frame could have leaders thinking employees are lazy, but reframing it into the personal frame would show employees just fear losing their identity with changes. Okay, strengths and weaknesses. Leaders can use tools like the SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This can help plan for the future and predict an organization's best moves. This is a strategic way to improve decision making and also goal setting. So how the frames have helped me. So my personal preference is the human resources frame, which is the green frame, and I enjoy enhancing employee experience and building team commitment. So the employee journey map is important to me, and I enjoy seeing how an employee travels through a organization all the way from recruitment/hire and all the way till after they leave the organization. And the right employee and organization almost feels organic to me, and it changes over time and the whole time through their organizational journey. So how these frames have impacted my personal life. So in my personal life, I use all 4 of the frames to help me manage our family farm. So my dad led our farm, and I've noticed that many of his leadership tactics since I have been in this class. Employees actually require different approaches, such as reframing and seeing through their dominant frame and trying to understand issues. And working with the employees is sometimes a challenge, such as understanding what the employees need to succeed and how important that is. How I may alter frames for situations. Altering the frames for certain situations can help resolve issues effectively. It's a political frame in situations where there are power struggles. For example, multiple or 2 in a matrix organizational structure could lead to conflicts for employees. And although the political red frame is opposite of my most dominant frame, I can still use the political frame to resolve power issues. Organizational leadership. So as I've said, the human resource frame is the most important frame to me, and I want to emphasize the importance of people and improve trust and communication among groups. Having strong relationships and creating a safe environment is vital for me. The political frame is the most difficult for me. I'm not as much of a strategic thinker, and I struggle with thinking of the power dynamics of organizational leadership. Knowing what this frame is important and can help me improve on it in future situations. How does this all come together? Leaders can use the frames to their advantage and create a model for their employees to look up to. Such as in class, when we watched the Steve Jobs video, and that really demonstrated to me how he was able to use different frames, such as the structural frame, to have a defined structure in Apple, and have a workplace of ingenuity and influence all of his employees to do better and come together as a team and improve Apple. An example of something else that will stick with me is the fish market we watched in class. And having an open mind and learning to reframe can create an inviting and successful workplace. Though people prefer different things, they can understand each of the different frames of leadership and come together as a team and have a successful organization. I wanted to thank you for watching my presentation on the personal leadership frames.